For this artist trading card, you're going to need some paper, a scissors, a ruler, and a pencil. I'm using a pen just so that you can see it a little bit better. For our artist trading cards, we're going to need to measure out 2.5 by 3.5 inches. A good way to make sure that you're getting the correct size is lining up your ruler with the edge of your paper. You're going to measure 1 inch, 2 inch, 2.5. So 2, and then that next large line, 2.5. You want to do this in a couple of places on your paper. So again, lining this up, 2.5. Lining this up, 2.5. Then I can take and line my ruler up with the dash marks that I made. I'm holding down my ruler nice and tight, making sure that my fingers are not across the ruler, and I'll make my lines straight up and down. Now I need to measure 3.5. 1, 2, 3.5. I could do 3.5 over here, but we're going to do it backwards. So half, 1, 2, 3. So that's on the 7. I'll do that twice. Lining it up with the edge, 3.5, and then we decided that that was going to be 7 to get a second one. You could even do this. Take and line it up with the 2 lines that we made, the little marks, and you could go all the way across. Let's do that down here too. All the way across. And look at, if I'm going to take the time to cut this out, maybe I could measure from here. So lining it up, 2.5. We'll do it down here too, 2.5. Then when I go to make my cuts, I can actually get 4 cards instead of just 2. Okay, once you have your 2.5, or 2.5 by 3.5, excuse me, you're going to take and so very carefully cut your artist trading cards. We're hoping to have 2.5 by 3.5 inch cards when we're all done. Gets a little confusing when we cut these out, but you can clearly see one is too small. If it's hard for you to see that, take and measure it. Oh yeah, that's not 2.5 at all. So I'm going to put this in the scrap bin and then finish cutting out my artist trading cards. There we go, scrap over here, and I ended up with 1, 2, 3, 4 cards for my collection.